to my channel, JP Cooks. Today is part of Feeding Tube Awareness Week, so I'm really excited because today I'm just going to be talking about my feeding tubes, how they help me, and everything that you want to know about my feeding tubes. So here we go. First, I have this tube, and it is called a J tube, a tracheostomy or something. It's jejunal, and that means that it goes right into my intestines. It does not go into my stomach at all, and this is what I feed through. So when I have formula, and I put the formula into a bag that connects to a pump that feeds throughout the day, I do continuous feeds. I never, ever do bolus feeds because I cannot handle that at all. But this is the tube that I get my nutrition through because my stomach is paralyzed, so it can't really digest the formula. If I'm having a flare, if I can't digest food, I can't digest formula. So that's what the J tube is for. Then I have this G tube, this button. And this is so I can drain. Basically, I attach a tube into it. This opens. See, this opens. And I attach a tube inside. And then I drain if I have a lot of gas or if I'm really nauseous. I can drain liquids that I've eaten. I can drain gas. Surprisingly, it sounds so funny when I have it and all the gas comes out. It's actually crazy. But this is to manage my symptoms. So I never feed through this because this is into my stomach. And yeah. And why do I need the feeding tubes? Because I have gastroparesis, obviously. And I'm doing really well right now, but I often have flares and relapses. So when I have those flares and relapses and I can't keep food down, then I need to put it through the J tube. Oh, and I forgot. I also, when I'm having a flare or before my surgery, I was putting my medication through my J tube. So I would crush it in a pill crusher, add water, stir it or whatever, and then put it in through a syringe. And a lot of my medicines did come in liquid form. So we would get liquid form and we would just put the syringe in the medicine cup, get it up, and then put it in here. I also have to flush both tubes every day to make sure that they are, working. And also because things can get clogged and you don't want a clogged tube because then you have to go in and get it changed. And it's also painful sometimes. So just always I flush my tubes. Yeah, so the formula is different for everybody. So there's a million different types of formula. And I know it sounds funny, it sounds like baby formula, but it's not. It's a lot more nutritious, and it has to do with whoever's, what everybody's dietary needs are. Because everyone with gastroparesis probably has a nutritionist, and they decide on your formula and how much you get. So I'm at a point where I know what I need. If I eat one meal and then I'm okay, maybe I need to have some formula tonight. But if I don't eat anything, I know I should run it through the whole day. But if I eat 3 meals, 3 snacks, and I don't even run formula, I just sit there and I feel okay. Yeah. So also, my feeding tubes were surgically put in because interventional radiology is who changes it. But my tubes were put in by a surgeon, and that's different for everybody as well, as it depends on your body. I have to get my tubes changed quite frequently. Unlike a lot of people, so the J tube usually gets changed about every 3 months for normal people, but mine's gotten infected. It's leaked a lot. It's fallen out. My tubes have not been good to me because my body hates them. It rejects the tubes completely, but we can't take them out yet because I still need them. I got my G changed yesterday. It's really, really painful to get them changed, but I get pain medicine, so it's okay. But I usually am in pain for the rest of the day. But yeah, some people only get their tubes changed every 3 months, and their G-tube, not even that much. But I've been getting them changed a lot because of just complications. Yeah. But I would like to sit here and talk more about what we can and can't do as having feeding tubes. So, we can exercise. The reason I haven't exercised recently, I just haven't done like core stuff because the tubes, like my J tube usually like comes out a little bit if I do crunches, and usually it hurts. But now that I've gotten the J changing, like we've come up with something that is going to make it less painful for me, I'm going to try to start doing yoga more and try to incorporate my core workouts in my yoga instead of just doing legs and stuff. So yeah, we can we can lay on our stomach, but it depends on how your tubes are, because mine usually hurt if I lay on my stomach, but that's just because my tubes hurt a lot more than other people's tubes do, because my body rejects them. So we can swim, but we can't swim in lakes. So I can swim in a pool and I can swim in the ocean, but I can't swim in hot tubs and I can't swim in lakes. I can't take a bath because they don't want my tubes completely submerged. Yeah, so I can't take a bath. Feeding tubes are a medical device, and sometimes it's hard to go out in public. See, I'm in a crop top right now, and that's only because I wanted to show you guys what it is. But in the summer, I don't know if I'm gonna wear crop tops because or bikinis on the beach, and I know I should, because it doesn't matter. These are my devices. This is what keeps me alive. It's part of me, and I shouldn't be embarrassed. And I'm not embarrassed, but it's just weird to have people stare at you. But the thing with me is that I'm very comfortable talking about my tubes because I used to have the tube in my nose. I used to have an NJ. So that kind of, I didn't have a choice but to talk about it. I didn't have a choice but for people to stare. So it's like, I had that. I had to talk about it all the time. I had to have people stare at me and ask me questions. And now I'm like, you know what? Even though you can't see them, I'll bring it up because I'm used to it and it doesn't bother me. And sometimes it's important to bring up. But yeah, I'm going to try and be more confident with my tubes, even though it's not really the best thing in the world. But yeah. If you have any questions about feeding tubes, please put them in the comments below. DM me on Instagram at gp_cooks, or anything like that. You can comment on the Instagram, comment on YouTube videos, DM the Instagram, anything. I'm always going to be open to questions and I will answer them. And if you have questions about anything else, just put them in the comments or DM them, because I would love to do a Q&A on here, but nobody asked me any questions last time. So yeah, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.